Could you give at Marks with Mike's podcast a shout out? Shout out!
Hey, yo!
What a maneuver! Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Are you kidding me? The irresistible force meeting the...
You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. 6'9", JT, back in this piece once again. And, of course, I'm rolling with the Cold Cell Cheech. What's going on, Papa?
Yo, what's going on? We back at it again. It's been a while. How y'all doing out there?
Man, you already know, laying the cut like a Band-Aid per usual. Make sure that we cooling at all times. It's been real spicy, a lot of sazon this past couple of weeks in wrestling, man. Before we go any further, though, before we even talk on it, let's go ahead and speak on it a little, man. We got to do this like we do every single week. Make sure y'all do this. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe at Marks with Mikes. All right? That's on everything. Twitter, IG, of course, the Book of Faces. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. You can find us at all your podcast streaming apps, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podbean. Look, we can keep going on with the names. You get the drift, you get the message. We everywhere that podcasts are available. Y'all go ahead and lock in. But with that being said, look, we had a lot that went on, man. I mean, we had things going on outside of wrestling. We had a couple comments made. Some people that replied back to it. We got new merch out on the way. We got new people back out. People returning back to the fold. I mean, it's a lot going on, man. So I think we should just go ahead and hit them where it definitely hurts. Why don't we just go ahead and hit them with it, man? So we got this going on. We did have a lot of returns, but let's talk about what happened this past week on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was a solid show. Everyone was excited to go in. Everybody was definitely feeling it. I mean, we underneath a new era. Triple H is in charge. So we don't know what's going to happen. It's something new, something fresh every single day. El Cheech. So we had Raw in Cleveland.
Wasn't it Cleveland? Wasn't it somewhere else?
No, it was in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yo, I'm looking at that merch you rocking, man. Hold on. Back up. Yo, for the win. Shout out to GG for the win. But yeah, it was here inside Cleveland. It was at the arena with the Cavs play.
The Rocket Mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage. Damn, that is always gonna be the Q, regardless. We're gonna leave it at that. But with that being said, yeah, we had that go down. Raw was definitely inside the backyard. It was turned up to a T. We started out with the ladies, nice and hot, nice and spicy. Like I said, a little sazon, straight pressure throughout this whole entire week dealing with wrestling. So, with the recap, man, we gotta talk about the list. I mean, the week before, Triple H put his foot down. He said, "Look, we about to reshape this and remold this into what y'all want to see." And how did he start out? He started out hot with the ladies. And what did he do this week? Well, the very same thing on Raw. He started out hot with the ladies. And, we had Bayley inside the ring cutting a promo, inside Cleveland, talking about Cleveland. And she had the audacity to take a deuce on
3-on-3 where it counts, huh? And it's definitely not here in Cleveland. What do you say, the three of you versus the...
So, me not being from Cleveland, like, that doesn't affect me, but man.
You got to think about it. It's a cheap pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cheap pop.
They're going for the, like they said, the opposite of the hug. They just want that attention, and what better way to talk about the hometown they are. So it's heel 101.
Yeah, heel 101. But man, let's talk about this, man. So this is the perfect setup for the match that we're gonna have coming up. We got a six women's tag team match. So we do have that going on. So we have, of course, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bailey going up against Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. So what did Bianca Belair do? I mean, Bianca Belair is like, all right, well, check this out.
But while you trying to keep control, tonight, I feel like losing it.
Oh, here we go. I have a feeling this is going to happen again. Forget about next month. Forget about next week. They're going at it right now. Challenge issued. Challenge accepted.
So, boom, we got a brawl inside the middle of the ring, what have you. I kind of lacked that, like, led right up to it, see, why you trying to be civil and all that. I'm trying to lose control. The brawl goes out, man. Like, we haven't had a lot of that, especially dealing with the women. Like, don't get me wrong. We only have those moments building up to a major pay-per-view. Like, like we had the Survivor Series a few years ago where Becky Lynch got busted open. And then we had the brawl with, with Charlotte and Charlotte, Ronda, and Becky, where, where she kicks her head inside the door. Like, we haven't had brawls like that with the women, like on a Raw in a minute. And I do like the fact that we're getting that. I mean, kind of like, in a sense, taking off the leash and saying, look, y'all go ahead, y'all play, y'all go have fun. But, I definitely like that. A good way to start off the show. We end up with a match later, dealing with them. Then we had Kevin Owens going up against Ezekiel.
That Kevin Owens that's supposed to be booked that way. That's the Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's that dude. As soon as I saw him walking with that vibe, and bro, you could see who's at the helm now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, you could definitely tell. You could definitely tell who's at the helm. I mean, it's a new feel. Like, for the first time in years, people are actually excited to see what happens on Monday Night Raw, what happens on SmackDown. We get excited from time to time when a new person comes or debuts. That's something different. But to actually have that feeling overall, like, what's really about to go down on Raw this week? Because for the past couple of years, it's been like, I mean, even here, like we even said it numerous times. Well, ain't nothing popping off on Raw, so we ain't even talk about it. No, we can actually say, let's talk about what happened on Raw. So I'm definitely happy about that. But yeah, that to me was definitely good. Seeing Kevin Owens basically laying out Ezekiel. So do you think they writing off Ezekiel and bringing back Elias full time? Because let's be honest, this whole Ezekiel character.
I mean,
let's be honest, B.
That'll be a smart thing to do. Knowing the reception that it got and the fact that what they had with Elias. But the fact that he did that, that the side of the ring power bomb,
Yeah.
It's serious. We got something but bowling with Mr. KO. I like that presentation. So that was solid. That was a solid segment. And then, as you could see, now they incorporating a lot of things that they kind of shone away from before. Like, as the interview's going on, there's stuff going in the background, people moving things. So that was great to me. It kind of makes you like, what's going on? You don't pay attention, but then you connect the dots later on the show. Like, oh, okay, that. So it's looking dope. What they doing over there on Monday?
It's like, everything making sense. Like, we actually got clarity. So I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it, man. But we had that went on. Of course, we end up having this go on. Rey Mysterio going up against Finn Balor. Accompanied by Judgment Day. At least we thought. Listen, we had a backstage segment with him, Edge, and of course Dominic. And he's like, My bad, Dominic, for last week. I ain't mean it. Dominic wasn't trying to hit none of that. You know, Dominic was trying to take
Your
off.
mom's a hoe.
Yo, Dominic took off. Remember said, you know, he like, yo, chill. You know, I known him for 20 years, and Dominic's like, you know me for 25. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna trust? Your flesh and blood, or somebody you knew for 20 years? You know, so it's a conflict of interest in a sense. I'm with it though, because I've been waiting on Dominic to turn on his daddy for a minute. Now the real question is, when he turned on him, is his wrestling gonna get better?
Hey man, little hard stop. It's just the storyline that, you know, not quite there yet. You know what I mean? If he goes and like have some type of romantic situation with Rhea, we don't know. You know what I mean? If he's gonna join Judgment Day, we don't know. You know,
yeah, bro. Let's talk about that. I mean, you brought it up. Yo, what is going on with this whole entire thing with Rhea Ripley and your boy Dominic? Like, what's really good? Because this gotta stop. This has to stop, man. We can't.
Rhea Ripley. That's Dominic. He's absolutely destroyed.
That has to stop, my G. Come on, man. This is
kinky like that, my G.
abuse.
He kinky like that. He like that. You know what I mean? That's the way Dominic move, I guess.
Bro, I don't know. He may be that may be his kink. You know what I'm saying? You know that may be his little fetish, because just the week before she had the legs around his neck, and, you know, and many men out there and women probably wish to be in that position. But Dominic was blessed to be there.
Yeah, my man Dominic going for the win.
For the win. But yo, this gotta stop, man. I mean, every week, yeah, this shit gotta stop. Then what else popped off on Raw? Next thing on the card, of course, on Raw, we did have.
Well, we gotta talk about that one. You know what I mean? To me, my man had a better showing than Montez the week before. You know what I mean? Dude, we talking about perception and people talking that they're gonna break him up. Looking at it now, I don't think it would be such a bad idea, because Dude could hold his own. What a fucking man!
Yeah, and that's the thing. Don't sleep on Dawkins. Like people been sleeping on Dawkins since NXT. Dawkins has always had agility. It's just at the same time, it's like he hasn't had the chance to showcase it. With him slimming down, you know, hitting the weights and everything, the man moving. I mean, this dude is probably like a clean 3, you know, if not that more. And he's jumping over the ropes, sliding, doing hurdles, you know, basically shoulder checking people, sending them feet away from the barricade. Like, people sleep on him, but I think yeah, he can hold his own. But my thing is that tag team division so washed right now that I don't think they don't need to break up any tag teams at this point. Build these tag teams stronger, because you got a lot to try to compete with when you look on the AEW spectrum when it comes to these tag teams. Tag teams there are somewhat preserved. They have a stronger build. Here in the WWE, tag teams are literally, majority of the time, 2 people that we just put together because we couldn't find out what to do with them, versus being a tag team coming into the gate. But, you know, I would like to see Dawkins and Montez stay together and go on a run for another year, because those singles runs, they can come, but we need a strong tag team, and we can't afford to lose that.
Yeah, definitely, you know what I mean? But also, it's a testament of how good Rollins is. He making it work, you know what I mean, with what's going on. You know what I mean? Just banger matches after matches. You know what I mean? You look good as in like moving forward, because he did mention Roman Reigns, you know what I mean? So he considered himself in the title hunt picture, you know what I mean? But now with the new regime, let's see what happens in the next lives, you know what I mean? there's a lot of moving pieces. You know what I mean? There was surprises, later on the show. You know what I mean? But I don't know. The next thing I want to talk about real quick, man. I love the videos. You know what I mean? That they putting out, all them vignettes to, give you the importance of the United States title. You know what I mean? Bringing it back to prominence. To me, they're doing a great job when it comes to that, telling you, the history and all that. And don't get me wrong, to me, they should have closed the show with that match, because if they make it feel important, like it was a big deal.
Yeah, and it did, and they haven't done anything like that regarding those titles in a minute. Besides when they put a new coat of paint on it. That's the only thing that they did emphasize it on. But other than that, no, they haven't did anything dealing with emphasizing those titles, giving it importance. They haven't did anything whatsoever. And to have this finally happen, that's a plus. Because outside of putting a new coat of paint on the title and updating the titles, there hasn't been a lot of importance in presentation. Like the IC title hasn't felt important since the Miz held it. The US title hasn't felt important since John Cena. And I kind of feel like the vignettes and letting people know what's up, giving them the history, the lineage behind it. It definitely gives more, I guess you could say, eye candy for me as probably like a first time viewer to actually sit down and be interested in it. But other than that, it's definitely good to see what they're doing. But the match that we got that night, Bobby versus Ciampa, that was the talk around town. Ciampa definitely held his own. I don't know about you, but Ciampa definitely held his own during that match. This is what I'm talking about with that Triple H. With that Triple H feel, Triple H at the head of the head of everything, creative, basically getting a chance to give his vision.
He ain't lying. That's right.
You would not see a Ciampa whatsoever on a Vince McMahon's Raw inside of a co-main event for a title and have that much backing behind it. I mean, of course, we got the lineage behind it. Ciampa training with Harley Race as being one of his last students or what have you over the past years. And he came out done in the role that Harley Race did wear when he did win that championship.
Yeah, I felt like they were actually gonna put the title on Ciampa, and of course, they're in Cleveland, so you know what I mean. Whoa, check them out, yo, Mr. Lucha, what's popping all the way from New York? What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Bobby? Hey, we ain't seen you in a minute, man. We gotta link back up. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, but what was saying, with being in Cleveland, the Johnny Gargano rumors, Triple H guy, all this came up, and the reference, Corey Graves, you got to do it yourself, using his moves. So there was a strong possibility that, that Gargano's gonna. Did not happen. Didn't go that route. And I was surprised.
Yo. I was at the house, I was like, now how y'all not gonna debut Johnny Gargano in Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a pop on his own. Like you had people's inside the crowd with the Gargano t-shirts on and with the signs and all that stuff, and didn't get it to happen.
I was glad they didn't come up, to be honest.
What?
It's too much of a cheap pop. You know what I mean? Like. Just because he's from Cleveland, you know what I mean? And incorporate him into what? You know what I'm saying? Like slowly but surely, you know what I mean? Like, is he going to come back to the main roster? If they're going to keep him in NXT, you know what I'm saying? Like, what they're going to do?
Man, he is definitely not going to NXT. You can cut that with a knife. That's over with. I think Indy Hartwell should be called up pretty soon. To me, in my opinion, if you bring in Johnny Gargano back, Johnny Wrestling, if you bring him back, you're gonna bring back Candice. If you bring Candice up, you got to bring Indy up. If we talking about this women's tag team tournament. Speaking of the tournament, let's talk about that. So we had the very start of the tournament this past week on Monday and on Friday on SmackDown. So we finally got it. We had Tamina and Dana Brooke going up against Io Sky and Dakota Kai. So I'm gonna tell you right now, that match right there was a banger, my G. I definitely, when I say definitely was feeling this match right here definitely gave us the chance to see Io Sky and Dakota Kai on the main roster. No strangers to being tag teams before. You know, they definitely were tag teams in Japan and things like that. But to see them, you know, definitely go out there and basically put on a damn clinic, bro. Like we had that. Tamina looked good inside that match. The crowd was behind Tamina. The crowd was definitely behind Dana Brooke, of course, with her being from Cleveland. But, you know, with that being said, we had Io Sky and Dakota Kai advancing. And do you think that was the right move? Of course it's the right move. I mean, duh.
Yeah, the flavor of the month right now. You know what I'm saying? Like there's what popping. You know what I'm saying? Like the new faces, let's say, on Raw, and it was only right. It's sad that Tamina get to be put against non-talented, talent. You know, she got to carry. So it is what it is. You know, Tamina. Yeah, they put her with talent that she got to carry, man. Like
I mean,
out here on A&E, you know what I mean, doing all that shit. Like she should be put in a, you know what I mean, in a pedestal, you know what I mean.
Nah, I feel you, dog. I feel you. Speaking of putting on a pedestal, man, look, we gotta also talk about the fact that during that match, is it just me? I don't think it was just me, but they kicked the shit out of her. They basically did a whole entire kick sequence. They was in there just like kid and plate, you know. But that match was definitely it for me, man. Seeing that go off, I mean, the women getting more time on Raw is definitely good if you're trying to build this, definitely build the train behind it. But of course, the rumor mill, Naomi, Sasha possibly coming back. I don't know how we do this.
Yeah, definitely. According to the reports, rumor innuendo, it's already set. They could come out tomorrow. They could come out next week, but we do not know when they're coming out. How? But I guess it's out there that they already signed because I believe at least Sasha, she canceled some of the appearances that she had. So that's definitely an indication. But man, just to move forward right there, when was the last time we talked about a main event of Raw that actually banged, that actually went good and finished with some type of makes you want to think like, who's next?
Let's talk about it. We had AJ Styles going up against The Miz. Main event, no DQ inside of Cleveland, Ohio at the Rockets for Mortgageville Arena, what have you. Yeah, this match definitely slapped. AJ Styles inside the main event again it's always good. The Miz in the main event inside, his hometown. That's also good. But yeah, this match definitely slapped. The Miz getting the chance to definitely showcase, the things that we sleep on the Miz about. I mean, yeah, the Miz is probably top 5 heel inside the business, in my opinion, when it does come down to it. But we get to see more wrestling abilities from him. And then, not only that, look at the commentary. Bruh, these guys are letting loose. They saying what they want to say. They ain't got nobody in their ear. They ain't got no executive producer all up inside the video, dancing and shit. Like, they ain't got none of that. They're able to talk freely. But yeah, that match was everything. But speaking of that match, bro, we got to talk about the fact that the ending of that match.
Yeah.
So the ending of the match, AJ Styles, of course, gets the W. And then inside the crowd, we see Cleveland's finest got somebody in handcuffs. You know what I mean? Got somebody in handcuffs, looking around like, yo, who is this cat, man? Like, what's going on? So they got your boy Dexter Loomis hemmed up, bro. Like, was anybody expecting Dexter? I mean, once again, at the same time, this is Triple H we talking about, man. This is Triple H over here being extra saucy. This is Triple H out here, dropping hot fire every single week. So we get Dexter coming back, man, and of course Triple H. Look, y'all saw last week's Raw. Y'all seen SummerSlam. Y'all seen last week's SmackDown. Y'all thought that was it.
Get fire on these bitches one time. It's about to be a bunch of fucking fire. Killing y'all, man. Get fire on these bitches one time.
Yeah, straight up.
Don't tell me about shit. It's 2022 and I'm still a savage. Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I fucking get.
Straight savage mode. I mean, Triple H out here doing things that, you know what I'm saying, we like to see. These people that were released the quote unquote budget cuts are coming back. So NXT taking care of all his kids. He out here, making sure they are eating. He providing. He making sure for his kid. Look, listen, my bad about your granddaddy out here, kicking y'all out earlier. Your granddaddy gone. Come on back. Go ahead and take care of y'all. Don't worry about it. He was off his meds, but I got y'all. So Triple H getting all his babies, man, all his NXT babies. So Dakota Kai back on, Killer Cross and Scarlett back on, Io Sky back on. Dexter Loomis to this point, back on. And guess what? Max Dupree, back on. Because originally this man nixed him. Now we move forward. From that, we got to talk about this build up for Heatwave, man. So if you watch NXT this past Tuesday, here's a few things that you knew. You knew that we were getting basically the last week for the build of Heatwave, which is going to be this Tuesday coming up. So we got this going on, man. So of course, for Heatwave, we got Braun Breaker going up against JD. JD, put it back up. I can't read that fast. No, you got Braun Breaker going up against Jordan Devlin. That's what I'm gonna call him. You also got going up inside that match. You got Mello. I'm sorry, you got Escobar going up against Tony D'Angelo, and then you got Mello going up against Giovanni. Yo, this card is gonna be a banger. But check out the tweet Mello put out here, man. Mello says this last picture on the bottom on this poster is what keeps the chip on my shoulder. And I don't blame him because, come on, man, like this is Mello. Mello ain't missed since he been signed NXT. Mello ain't missed on the microphone. Mello ain't missed inside that ring. Mello ain't missing on social media. Mello has not caught an L that's stuck. You know what I'm saying? But we got this going on, man. So my big question for you is, do you think Melo's going to walk out with the North American Championship this coming Tuesday?
Even though, let me, kind of refresh, we see what happened. I'm kind of jumping ahead. Unless he's being incorporated to a faction that perhaps he fits well, he's ready. But I just don't see the bell on Giovanni unless they have plans with dude, you know what I mean, personal. And Carmelo Hayes about to just, do the move. I don't know, but it's 50-50 for me on this one. I don't know if you lose the belt or whatever. Like I don't see it. You know what I mean?
See, I mean, there's two things that go into factor. If Melo wins, then all that other BS rumors that we hear out there is definitely not coming true. And if Melo does lose, then people can go scratching their head and wonder what's going to happen next. I think that Melo retains. I don't think Melo's time is done in NXT. Not saying that he's not ready for the main stage, but I'm saying that there's more to be done for him because if Melo leaves NXT, then it's left a big void. I mean, yeah, it's Melo and Trick holding it down, but we also got you also got the other people inside the background that's coming up as well. But we need someone that's strong on the microphone. And right now, to me, Melo's one of the strongest people on the microphone in NXT. So you have to keep him on the stick. You got to keep him there. Let's talk about it. Let's predict this match right here. Let's talk about Braun Breaker going up against Jordan Devlin. I ain't calling him JD McDuff. It's Jordan Devlin. That's his name. His mama named Jordan. I'm calling Jordan. But yeah. So what you think about this? I mean, do you think it's time for Baby Steiner to leave NXT, or do you think Baby Steiner still has more work to be done in NXT?
No, he's still need to polish up. You know what I mean? Not ready yet. I don't think so. Unless we have a draft. You know what I mean? And all three companies.
Oh.
Then maybe that could be something. That can shake things up. You know what I mean? But I think he'd stay put. He'll have a great match with JD. He's fucking great wrestler. Good base for Braun to look good. So I expect for Braun to retain.
Same man. I don't see Braun Breaker losing that championship whatsoever. I think that stays around his waist for a little bit longer. Also on that card, you got Roxanne going up against Cora Jade. I think that Cora Jade is going to definitely catch an L because revenge is something very strong. Then you also got the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Mandy Rose defending it against Starks, which I think at the end of the day, with that, Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction need to be called up. I think they're ready.
Yeah, Gigi and the other girl, perhaps. Mandy, of course, she was there already. But would she, fit in, or how would they fit her in? That's the other story. They're gonna rotate. Perhaps some girls that are in the main roster get called down. What's gonna happen?
They may have to do that though. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going back, stepping down to reshopping some tools or to help another brand. I mean, it's done wonders for Mandy Rose. It's doing wonders for Apollo Crews. I mean, he's starting to revitalize the old name or whatever. But I think it's a good move. It's a good move for them if they do that. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, it doesn't happen. I'm not mad at it, but I do think that going forward, that's something that they can consider because not doing something, shuffling the board, and leaving everything the same, it doesn't speak change to me. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to shuffle up something. I need something. Something got to shake. Something got to shake. You know what I mean? Like something has to shake. If you don't shake, then it's just sitting there. Ain't nothing moving. Ain't nothing progressing. So you got to move. But I can see that. Mandy Rose dropping the belt. I wouldn't mind that going back to the main roster. But we can also talk about put it back up though. So we had Mega the Stallion going up inside this match, yo. So the internet went crazy because of the little move that she tried to do inside the corner. It looked botchy, what have you, because she had problems trying to get up or whatever, or maybe that's what she was shooting for or what have you. But I mean, to be honest, Why is she on the main roster before Gigi and Toxic Attraction? Like, I don't know.
What you mean you don't know? Hello?
I mean, I know why.
Yeah, exactly. This even a blind man could see out of all that. You know what I mean? It's just the look. You know what I mean? And perhaps I don't know how's that gonna work. Is that gonna be one call up and that's it? Because Chloe Stark's fighting her. You know what I mean? For the title. You know, and is that before the actual that they're gonna fight on SmackDown or on Raw? You know what I mean? So that means, you know what I mean? So I don't know how to incorporate. To me, just putting them out there because it's like they know the followers. She got the followers, and like she's, you know, multi-talented. So why even keep it? So to me, it's smart. You know what I mean? To have somebody like that. Hey, they done it before. They done it with Goldberg. They done it with the Giant. You know what I mean? Like people that just the way they look, the way they book them. You know what I mean? But she could go.
Yes, she can. She can go the hell off my TV on the main roster because she ain't ready. But she can go the hell off my TV. But no, she's progressing. She's inside the tag team.
But that's the thing. Like it's not a call up.
No, it's not. But the fact that she's on Raw before Toxic Attraction inside of a tag team tournament is the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the former NXT Women Tag Team Champions right here. Like, why are they not inside this tournament? You know what I'm saying? Why are we making up a makeshift tag team when you have a capable tag team? Even if Toxic Attraction doesn't win the tournament, the fact that you have a legitimate tag team inside the tag team tournament makes more sense than putting Mega Thee Stallion inside there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes zero sense.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Come on, man.
You think so? You think so?
You went on a rant, and it's so like, I don't know if we needed that or that time. So it's obvious why she's there, you know. But yeah, you do have.
It's obvious.
You have a point, you know what I mean? Some people with talent, and if she does have talent, let's not take that away from her.
No, I'm not gonna say that at all.
The pay the dues thing, you know, has she been there long enough or whatever? But you know, it's a new day.
She got talent. I ain't knocking that. I'm just saying, like, you know, yeah.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
I know why you there, but at the same time, like, you know, what about these girls over here that's, you know, putting in the work? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to that heat wave, you know, coming up next week, right?
Yeah, this Tuesday. But Quake by the Lake, AEW.
Quake by the Lake, man. They were out in Minnesota, man. What a card they have. Need to start up.
Who comes up with these names? First of all, like I feel like Jackie Moon is in the back of the creative making up these names. You know what I'm saying? Like Flint, Michigan, what was it? Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. Like, you know, Quake by the Lake. But no, but we had this go on, man. I mean, you had Moxley going up.
Right there, my bad. There was a match. Well, no, I forgot. It was on Rampage, yeah. But yeah, definitely they had this that match that started it all, you know, started the show. The Brody King and Darby Allin. Man,
man. Bruh. Listen, I never thought I wanted to see that match until I actually seen that match. You know what I'm saying? Like the storyline that they have going with it is nice. You know what I'm saying? They've been really, really hitting on all cylinders with it, right? You know, far as telling it. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I say hitting on all cylinders, I mean for AEW storyline because you know, they haven't been known to, quote unquote, be able to carry a storyline. You know what I'm saying? But this good. I mean, the week before we had a few weeks before, you had Sting get sprayed in the eye with the mist, right?
Mhm.
So long-term storytelling, long-term booking, we have this go on right here, right? So we had Darby Allin.
There you go.
There you go.
Buddy Madcall
Buddy
led
Madcall led to the put him in that
That's
put, and that's it.
Oh my God! Sting!
Sting!
Sting! The icon, Sting!
Sting!
And you see what the
Oh!
after the mist in the eye from Malachi Black, but now Sting with the bat.
He's wearing Buddy Matthews' ass out with that bat.
You're not kidding. That ball bat is all over, buddy.
Woodshedding time.
What an entrance. What an
Looks like
entrance.
it's time.
Why the hell did he get in that car? How did he get in there? I don't even know how that happened. I guess when the lights were out.
A trick door.
Or a trick
Oh wait, he just threw the bat to Malachi Black.
You want some? There it is. Here's a weapon for you. Now, do you have the balls to use it?
So based on that, Sting's eyes turning, kind of like the same way Anna Jay and did I say Anna Jay? I didn't say Julie Hart. But the same way as what happened with her, the same thing what happened to Buddy, the same thing that's happening to Sting. We said a few weeks ago we would like to see a heel turn from Sting. When's the last time we had a heel turn from Sting? So do you think we're gonna get a heel turn from Sting?
What was that?
I said we had everything that went on before, with everyone getting hit in the eye with the mist and the transformation. We said a few weeks ago how we wanted a heel turn from Sting. We haven't had a heel turn from Sting in forever, ever.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get one? Do you think he joins House of Black? Or
Well,
do you think Darby Allin joins?
Oh no, definitely that'll be a nice, way to go, and something different. You know what I mean? I think he fit the persona. As the speaker. That's the thing. It's like they lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? In the House of Black. Like, what another member is gonna do for for them. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's lost in the shuffle, but at the same time, we can see something there, man. Like that could be epic. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't mind that, but we had other things that popped up during that match, man. I mean, we also had the fact that we had Jade in action going up against Madison Rain.
We were just talking about JR. She almost got it.
Well, Madison went for that kick, but that pump kick lands.
That's flexibility, accuracy, and power all in one smooth move.
Yeah, close size into. Oh, here we go.
That may have been the haymaker that Jade needed. No, Madison looking for the cross rain. She's behind Jade. The cross rain. No. Jade.
Countered strength and power again.
Countered. And Madison ring shaded.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. Tapping in real quick. Just coming through. We got Mr. Casanova.
Yeah, Mr. Casanova. We're having technical difficulties. He will join shortly.
We'll have him talk on that in a minute.
Yeah. To me, it was obvious. You know what I mean? She was in her hometown. Now she's part of the AEW women's training them. So that was a good base. Once again, for Jade Cargill. You know what I mean? She's still getting her reps together still. So I think it was a good showing for Jade Cargill. You know what I mean? Just having to fight somebody like that.
I mean, yeah, this is Jay we talking about going up against Madison Rain, the beautiful people. Her run inside, of course, TNA, documented, former knockout heavyweight champion, former knockout tag team champion. Like all this accolades that goes down with it. NWA Power working with ROH. You know, she was also inside the Mae Young Classic. Like, you know, she has a lot of accolades that goes to it.
Yeah, she was in NWA doing commentary.
Yeah. And then you also got to look at the fact that look at the fact that, you know, she's been hired in to help out with the women's division, but, you know, she's also getting a match. I think it was a good show because at the end of the day, you know, this built more character for Jade, but, you know, it kind of left something for the women that are already on the roster to look like, hey, y'all got to step up. And I think that, you know, having this camaraderie and having this match, I think we're gonna have a thicker women's division in AEW, not just saying thick, you know, off of a person's curve, but like a thicker, you know, division. Like I think we're gonna really have something real chunky in a minute if and only if Tony Khan puts his foot on the gas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Only if he does that. But I mean, it's more to say on that. AEW was definitely cooking. They were definitely cooking. We also had that night. We also had what was it? We heard from. I think we heard from Hook. Was that no? That was on Rampage. But we also had the Lucha Bros going up against Andrade and Rush. Now that match right there, that match was straight fire. Like I appreciated that match. I haven't seen them together, period, on U.S. television as a tag team. But to see them work together as a tag team, man, that was something real nasty. And then have them going up against the Lucha Bros too, which of course they probably went to each other numerous times inside, you know, other promotions down south of the border. But to have that go on, man, like that was real nice. But the fact that we had Penta unmasking himself in order to save the match.
That was a good that was a good part, you know what I mean, right there. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a good sequence of the match. The match was a banger, but it don't make no sense because it's like, what now with, you know what I mean? These guys keep losing, you know what I mean? And then you put this guy's, you know what I mean, Gobernables, they win, but then next thing you know, you put them next week fighting the Bucks, you know what I mean, with perhaps, let's say, Kenny Omega coming back, you know what I mean? Who's going to be the third man, you know? So it's like, who's going to go over, you know what I mean? It's going to be Gobernables or the... But going back to this match, it was great to have it on free TV. You know what I mean? And they did that thing, you know?
Well, I'm thinking to myself, right? You mentioned Kenny Omega, Mike Angelo anytime. I know you've been waiting to say it.
Fuck that guy.
What if Kenny Omega comes in like Hogan? It drops the legs, drop one of the young bucks. It's like I was like that right there would shake the wrestling world to the core, but it would also be hilarious as shit, right? But no, this match, going back to the match, you know, the match was definitely a banger, man. Like I know, like earlier that week or last week, people were saying that Andrade's booking has been in the mud since he's been there, what have you. He ain't really happy being there. They say the same thing about Miro. This match speaks difference, but you know, this is wins and losses. It's a job. At the end of the day, we don't really know how that man really feel. But we do know this. That match they put on was definitely spicy. That match they put on definitely had that sazon. Okay, that was straight out the pot. That's your mama jambalaya. That's that cornbread straight off the skillet. You know, that's that fried chicken that you use a paper bag to go ahead and hit it with the flour. That match was extra crispy, and I definitely appreciated every minute of it. We also had this that went on, man. Yeah, the main event. Yeah, we had Jericho, and not just any Jericho. Not just any Jericho. No. He had the Lionheart. When's the last time we seen the Lionheart? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had the Lionheart inside the building. And it's crazy, dog. And we have gave Jericho a bunch of, let's be honest, a bunch of shit like the last couple of years or what have you, especially with, the ups and downs, with the weight and everything like that, the whole Judas, the theme song being extremely too long, and you're a heel while you're playing this, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at it, man, it looked like Jericho literally stepped in a time machine, and he came out to his WCW theme music. Like, that right there, to me, was an extra plus. Because in my mind, at least I thought WWE owned the rights to it since they bought WCW, but I do remember hearing that a lot of the rights are now released or what have you. So it was nice seeing that. It was nice seeing Jericho come out as the Lionheart, which is something that, no one ever thought we would see again. I mean, down to the T, the jacket. Like I said, it's almost like he stepped in the time machine, man. So it was definitely good to see. It was a good match, a lot of blood everywhere. I mean, you kind of expected that as they
it's necessary. It's a Mox match. It's like every time Mox wrestles, you know what I mean? It's like blood everywhere. You know what I mean? And
but you gotta have it.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like all the time, like, come on, let's stop, man. But it was definitely a good match, you know what I mean? You had Jericho going back to the ball, bringing back some, some of his moves from the early days. He took it to him, you know what I mean? Everybody was talking about him ripping the earring out of Mox,
Yeah, kind of like the Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton with the old screwdriver and everything.
Yeah. That right there. So it was, a match that everybody was talking about, not only by the fact that the Lionheart, Jericho appearance, he looked great, and it was a banger, and the crowd was into it. They were eating all of it. But then, of course, you had the clusterfuck, you know what I mean? Everybody came in, the Blackpool. We got the Jericho Society, Appreciation Society came in. And then we had a nice comeback. He put people on game. All of a sudden, the real AEW champion, one CM popped up. And it didn't get leaked. You know what I mean? That was kind of major. I was surprised, wasn't expecting him. But just came in and clean house. You know what I mean? What's your guys' thoughts on CM Punk returning?
Go ahead, Mr. Casanova. You had a chance to say much. So I'll go ahead and speak on it real quick. We have technical difficulties with the homie. Listen, that to me, seeing CM Punk show up, which was crazy because he was just at the Comic Con a few days before that with the boot on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the boot on. And now he ain't got the boot on. Now you walking down the stage. Not only you walking, you got a little pep in your step. Now you got a little pep in your step. You clearing house. You doing everything you're supposed to do in that scenario. You go down, you clear the house or whatever you from the Jazz, aka Jericho Society, Jericho Appreciation Society, that is. But yeah, you come down, you go ahead and you do what you're supposed to do. You clean the shop. But then we had that stare down towards the end of the match. I mean, not the end, but the end of the show, I should say, between Mox and CM Punk, which was kind of reminiscent to when CM Punk came back when, Cena had won the championship on Raw. I mean, because everyone's always going to call back to that. But it was good seeing that, man. I mean, yeah, we got all out coming up in, basically a few weeks here. So, yeah, there goes our main event. But do y'all think it was rushed because of what's been going on the WWE side, bringing back all these people? Because, like, remember, on the WWE side, we bought back Bayley, we debuted Io Sky, we bought back the Dakota Kai. We also bought back Killer Cross and Scarlett and Dexter, you know, for the WWE side up to that point. And on this side, on the AEW side, we bring back CM Punk. We end up bringing back Daniel Bryan, you know, so I don't know, man. I mean,
to answer that quick, yes, definitely. They have to, you know, bring back some type of big, you know, move in the show because, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things going on the other channel. You know, a lot of moving pieces and the
ratings are going up.
Yeah, the talk of the town is WWE. You know what I mean? That little
What's the talk of the town every week?
No, not every week. I'm saying as of late. You know what I mean? As of late. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now AEW gotta come up. They got a big, their big show, All Out, coming out. You know what I mean? Next month. So of course they gotta put the pieces. Hopefully, Punk and Moxley don't touch each other. You know what I mean? Like they just have a exchange of words and don't touch each other till then, you know. And I think it'll be a good match, perhaps AEW biggest match ever. You know what I mean? Going in, so there's a lot of potential for this matchup.
There's a lot of potential for it, man, and I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, it's not the first time we ever seen these two compete inside of a match together. It is our first time seeing these two go against each other in the championship match opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So this is big, man. You know, seeing this seeds planted from decade ago in WWE when it came up as a Shield, and you thought they was working for Punk. Turned out they wasn't working for Punk and everything like that. So to see this already 10 years later, here we are on AEW Quake by the Lake. We got that iconic moment. Now we're gonna give a chance to have this iconic match. So I can't wait to see what happens at all out. But hey, we all.
My bad. Do you think Punk should have reacted with for the way Mox, approached him, with the two birds and the little shoulder check?
I think he should have threw a roundhouse kick to like the back of his head or something like that because Punk's really good with martial arts and shit. So I think he should have kicked him or something.
Punk good at what?
Martial arts.
UFC is say different. Continue. Go ahead.
But anyway, I mean, I kind of felt like when he came out, the crowd was kind of soft. Like they weren't as loud as they normally are when he comes out, like when he's scheduled to be there. But seeing he's kind of a surprise, I just felt like the crowd came up kind of short with the boisterousness and shit.
I thought it was a big pop. They wasn't expecting him, down in Minnesota. They haven't seen him in a while.
No, they wasn't expecting him, but man, Tony Khan bringing back CM Punk. Tony Khan was definitely cooking. It was definitely cooking and what have you. But we move on to Friday Night SmackDown, man. Okay, Friday Night SmackDown, right? So already Triple H has been on a rampage since he's basically took over. You know what I'm saying? This man, we already mentioned, I ain't gonna say the names up to this point. We already know who he done bought back. We already know that Triple H has been bringing back people left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nobody's business. So, Triple H bought back, of course, Killer Cross, bought back Scarlett. He brought back Dakota Kai, brought back Dexter, brought back Io Sky. He also brought back hold on, wait a second. Look, y'all thought I was done?
Get by on it.
What? Oh, it is. Oh my God, it is. They're back. Kid Rose here. They're back.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the the ring, accompanied by B-Fab, representing Hit Row, Ashanti the Adonis, and Top Dollar.
Are you kidding me? Hit Row is back on Friday Night Smack.
Yo, y'all thought it was a game. Look, Triple H's like, look, I don't buy back all these people. Y'all thought it was a game. Like,
Get fired on these bitches one time. It's about to be a bunch of fucking fire. Killing y'all, man. Get fired on these bitches one time.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about Top Dollar. We talking about Ashanti and
Get fired on these
Adonis.
bitches again.
We talking about B-Fab. You know what I'm saying? Top Dollar, B-Fab. You know, Shanti Adonis. Yo, look, check this out. Yo, hold on. Keep that up there. I'm going to solo your joint. Let's zoom in on that, okay? Listen, we ain't new to this. We true to this, my G. True to this.
We've been fucking with AJ Francis since, you know what I mean? From the get-go.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about 34. You know what I'm saying? We talking about New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? We talking about, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. But look, we had that pop off, man. You thought this was a game. I'm pretty sure, you know, Nick Khan was probably inside the back and like, yo, hey, chill out, man. Like, you know, you went up the budget, and I'm pretty sure Triple H.
Don't tell me about shit. It's 2022 and I'm still a savage. Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I fucking get.
Oh, man, on life, man. What you talking about? Like, you know, Triple H is literally out here blessing us with what we want.
Yeah, no, and what I said is like, if you're gonna see a lot of people that got let go and didn't sign, they're gonna get, let's say, some type of repay for not signing elsewhere. You know what I mean? So everybody that stood put, you know what I mean? This is sometimes how wrestling is. You know what I mean? And the people that took the good advice from the others, you know what I mean? There's the ones that are gonna be winning, you know, right now. There's another big name that didn't go nowhere.
Hold on. So we gonna get to that big name. We gonna get to it.
Definitely.
But I gotta know about this. I'm about to ask you because as soon as Hit Row came back on television on SmackDown, they debuted it. Automatically, people get the Twitter fingers. Yo, Swerve need to hurry up and, you know, get released or leave AEW because he's wasting away over there and Hit Row without Swerve and blah, 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 blah. Listen, Swerve eating good over there. You know, AEW Tag Team Champion with the boy Keith Lee. All right.
Remember, Hit Row was already established. You know,
the OC3 already. We talking about Ashanti the Adonis. We talking about Top Dollar and we talking about B-Fab.
Yeah, but Swerve was brought in like 2 weeks before they debuted it. You know what I mean? So he wasn't part of that nucleus that they already had. It looked good because, of course, it makes sense because Swerve made music. But the other guy that I was saying that perhaps fits well will be Carmelo Hayes. You know what I mean? To me.
You do.
You do. No, but to bring him in, and because him and Adonis kind of not the same, but they look, you know what I mean? To me, it could work. Are they gonna go that route? We don't know.
No,
but to me,
I don't see it.
Yeah, the vision with Swerve, that's what kind of throw you off. But do they really need him? Not really. Swerve is, you know, Swerve shouldn't even be in a tag team to it, if you ask me.
No, he should.
Well, during that whole thing that happened on SmackDown with them coming out, Carmelo Hayes like literally jumped on Twitter and saying he ain't joining up with them. He's just gonna do his own thing, basically.
Yeah,
he's
working us.
Yeah, he's the one that says, you know, what goes and what doesn't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it could be working us, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that too. AJ Francis literally went on Twitter and said, look, we ain't accepting no new applications. We good over here. Like, we are fully staffed. We ain't hiring, you know, ain't no papers, none of that. But for all y'all people out there talking about you know, Hit Row ain't nothing without Swerve. Like,
blasphemy!
listen, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way in hell. Stop it.
But I like the fact that they brought them in against some jobbers, they call them. They got names, but I don't remember the names. Sorry, guys. But the jobbers, you know what I mean? Like, they look good. You know what I mean? They came in and the way it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? You put them against some talent, get over. And it looked great. B-Fab, you know what I mean? They're going to catch on. It was good and a good surprise. Because the rumor was out there that AJ was, coming back. But they didn't know if it was the whole people, the whole crew. They didn't know if it was for the A&E shows or whatever. So it was good for them, you know what I mean? Because it's not right to be, get called up and then get let go that fast. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, the whole situation with them being released, in the first place, was basically them fumbling the bag. I mean, because they didn't even get a chance to really to even shine. You know what I'm saying? Like to get a chance to even try to develop. I mean, it was B-Fab, and then the very following week, it was Hit Row, and boom, both released within a minute. So to have them definitely come back is definitely good. But this is what I am gonna say. Listen, the boys are back like they left something. Now it's time to merge something. So with that being said, you done bought them back. What y'all gonna do with it? Is y'all gonna put them inside the driver's seat, let them do what they gotta do? Is you gonna let my boy AJ Francis and B-Fab drop music videos every single week on SmackDown about their opponents? Like, I would love to see this, man. Like, the possibilities. We just said the tag team division was weak. Not saying that automatically we put Adonis and Top Dollar as a tag team, because to be honest, respectfully, both these guys could be solo acts, but we are lacking inside the tag team division. That may be the wave. We don't know what it's going to be. I just can't wait to see what's going to unfold with this. But man, Rampage was dope as well, bro. But before we get to Rampage, let's talk about more SmackDown. Shinsuke versus Gunther, U.S. Championship. Once again, like you said earlier, showing that video presentation, giving that significance to it, makes you buy into it, because there's a lineage behind it. You know what I'm saying? There's history. This is historical facts. You can go look this up. You can aka Google this.
Yeah, definitely.
There's something out there.
Like they say out there, it was definitely a 5-star match, if you ask me. It was hard hitting. Shinsuke, even though he lost, it gave you hope that he's gonna be back at the elite, mode that he should be in. You know what I mean? Strong style and all that. The reason why Triple H brought him over here, and it was a lot of false finishes, back and forth. Man, they don't play. Them two guys definitely show a cathedral on a match. You know what I mean? And look at the referee. Shout out to her. Look at her. You know what I mean? She got in shape.
Back where she belong. You had Shinsuke, man, with a new gear over there looking like the Gold Ranger. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that's a dope Thriller jacket. That's a dope Thriller jacket, though. I like that, man. Representing the black and gold NXT. What you mean? He out there sending messages. You know what I'm saying? This is Triple H's SmackDown. This is Triple H's Raw. This is his universe. But yeah, we had that go down on SmackDown. We also had another qualifying match for the women's tag team tournament. We have Raquel Gonzalez and Aaliyah, not to be confused with Timberland's Aaliyah, going up against Xia Li and Shotzi. Tag team match. Originally, I want to say it was supposed to be Xia Li and Lacey Evans, but she's not medically cleared or what have you. So that's cool with me. Unfortunately, I'm saying, Shotzi and Xia Li caught the L. Two characters they have not done anything with since they debuted, but we'll see what they'll do. So now we already got next week's semifinal going on. I mean, not semifinal, more the quarter final championship. So next week we do know that we have Nikita and Zoe going up against Natalia and Sonya. That much we do know. Now the real question is, who do you have coming out on top? Do you have Nikita and Zoe or Natalia and Sonya? What you got, Casanova?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Takeda and Zoe personally. Got to give them some shine on SmackDown. I mean, they're not doing like a whole lot with their on NXT. Being injured, so I think they're going to go through.
Okay, Cheech, what you got?
Come on, baby. You know, you see who they got across the ring. You got, you know, Natalia and Sonya. Natalia, great feature. You know what I mean? Zoe, you know what I mean? She's main event. Main roster ready. Nikita, you know what I mean? She's getting better every time. You know, the right opponent, you know, is going to help her shine. So I think, you know what I mean? We're going to be seeing Nikita and Zoe advance against Raquel and Aaliyah, having a Raquel and Nikita face off. And, you know, I have a strong position that Nikita and Zoe going to be in the title match, you know what I mean, facing Io and Dakota.
Word? That's what you think?
That's what I think, baby.
That's what you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me give you that. I mean, that's what you think, but me personally.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen. That's gonna be dope, man. Rampage was nice as well, but let's talk about this face-off that we got coming up, man. I mean, the face-off's gonna happen next week, but we do have this, man. I mean, it's official like a whistle. Roman Reigns going up against Drew McIntyre, Universal Championship. Let's not forget about what happened on SmackDown either with Drew as well, going up against Uso over there. That match is also a banger. Sami Zayn coming through, you know, proving that he down with the Uso. He ain't just no fanboy. Like, no, like I'm an honorary Uso. Like, I'm out here completing missions. I'm doing what I gotta do to make sure that, you know, y'all go ahead and adopt me. So shout out to Sami Zayn, but I would like to see Sami and Kevin get together. I'm talking tag team.
Who?
Give me Sami Zayn and give me Kevin Owens in a tag team.
And then you have the blow up, you know what I mean? They turn on each other and they have a ladder match at WrestleMania. That's the only way I would like for that to happen. But come on, you know what they could give us, and at a stage like that, it's only right. You know what I mean?
It's only right they do that, man.
They're gonna go back to the well. I don't know. Keep Kevin Owens separated. I like the storyline with Sami Zayn, like what's gonna end up. You know what I mean? I do not see Roman Reigns losing the belt. I think he's gonna hold it down to next WrestleMania and retain once he wrestle Mr. Dwayne Johnson. As of now, you know, that's the rumor. Main event next year, unless something better or bigger come up for The Rock. Bigger than WrestleMania. What could it be? Why can't it be something bigger than WrestleMania? We don't know, but shit happened.
It does all the time. Let's talk about shit happening. So, you know, you had Quake by the Lake Part 2. You know, Part 2 was real spicy.
Okay, my bad. I want to just go in there. The match of the night.
Talk about it, Cheech. Go ahead. Let's get
was that mixed match. What is it? Mixed
tag match.
What is it?
Mixed tag match.
Yeah, there you go. The mixed tag match. For the AAA mixed tag match. You know what I mean? You had one, Sammy Guevara with his recently married Ty Conti against Dwayne. What is it? Dwayne Martin.
And Dwayne and Dante.
Dante Martin. And Sky Blue. You know what I mean? It was nice seeing her. You know, real hell of a talent female there. You know what I mean? Damn, boy. What a fucking match. That was a hell of a fucking match. They were going back and forth. And if they only had the perception, you know what I mean? Like, whatchamacallit, the body, you know what I mean? They'll be like on TV all the time because they could go, but you know what I mean? They just look like 205 cruiserweights, you know what I mean? But that's the future right there from two guys there. Sammy and Dwayne, Dante Martin.
Dwayne, Dante, you done made him a whole little rock clone.
Oh, ain't Dwayne Martin the one they used to marry to Tisha Campbell?
No, yeah. The one that was married to Tisha Campbell, yeah. The one that played Lisa Ray's ex-husband on All of Us. The same person that played in Above the Rim, who reneged on Birdie. Like it was supposed to play with Birdie, and the Birdman decided to tournament. He reneged. He came there with the whole entire pack. He came there with the double bag with the shoes and said, "Birdie, I ain't running with you no more." Oh no, you gonna run with the Birdman, or you ain't playing anywhere else. My bad, y'all. Like flashbacks. Above the Rim. If you ain't seen it, Google it. Go watch it. Some of the best work ever, and a killer soundtrack too. But no, I can't wait to see. See what happens with them. But I will tell you this: that match was a banger. But I do believe them putting the title on television that really, you know, he ain't really had no bill for it. You know what I'm saying? Like for the match, it's just like, well, here comes a title match. Like you just got married the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a 360 camera with you, Tony Khan, and Sammy on it. It ain't like we had no real build up for it. It's just, oh, you know, hey, y'all got championships? Yeah. Y'all want to defend them? Cool. All right, Friday Night Rampage. All right, that. You know, that's what we got from it. It's like no build up, but the match was definitely solid. Like, is this the direction they're gonna go more so in AEW more often? I mean, we already got the trios tag team tournament. Is it possible we're gonna see mixed tag matches and mixed title matches more often? I mean, that's a possibility.
I mean, I guess as long as you know, AEW talent holds the belts, so it counts as defenses. You know what I mean? They've been over the world to defend them titles or whatever, but I don't see for them to add another title. You know what I mean? Although the show was a little disconnection because they're over here promoting matches for Elevation or Dark or whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? I guess JWoww's husband or whatever's wrestling now, so he's wrestling Hook. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Where are you?
I don't even. It's like I haven't seen you in decades, sir. I mean, you know, you coming out here, you're a wrestler now. Like, first of all, everyone wants to be a wrestler now. Lil Scrappy's a wrestler, which he actually did pretty good at Battle Slam. But everyone wants to be a wrestler now, and it's like, to me, you know, it's like your first title defense against him. Like, how about somebody who's been on the roster for a while? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that y'all finally recognizing this as a title when it's been quote unquote defended for over a year, and it actually took a while for it to actually start being defended. Like, you know, it's ludicrous to me. But you bring out JWoww's husband out here to challenge for the title.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
what was the reason?
No reason at all. We just felt like, you know, just throwing that out there, you know, just to get some traction, you know, to the whole entire library. Like, what's the name was on there from, what was that? Not Third Rock from the Sun. Can't remember the name of the other show, but he was there on, I want to say, yeah, he was on Rampage. or Dynamite, one of the two. He was right next to Stokely. He was all up inside his grill when Stokely was trying to talk.
Yeah, what's up with
But I
Stokely? He out here just trying to get, you know what I mean, trying to get clients and shit. You know what I mean? It's funny that he's popping up out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Man, what you mean? Stokely out here building his enterprise. That's what he's supposed to do. You know, this ain't budget. This enterprise. You feel me? Like we trying to span out here. You know, we trying to be out here. You know, as far as with the talent acquisition. But no, I like it, man. Go out there and get everybody. Go get Lee. You know what I'm saying? Go get what's the name of the other boy? He gave a card. Ethan Page. He gave him a card. Who else he gave a card to? I'm trying to remember. He gave a card to somebody else.
Well, he's trying to get the ass boys some cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think those words should go together inside of a sentence. Let's go ahead and pause. He's trying to get the ass boys some cards. But yeah, so I wouldn't mind seeing the ass boys and Stokely together being managed. See, I had to make sure I clarified that. You know, I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know, obviously at this point, them being up underneath Daddy Ass, aka Billy Gunn, ain't really done nothing for them. Maybe Stokely coming inside there and you know, taking them a different direction may just be the route that they need. So I wouldn't mind seeing it. I mean, anything's possible. At least in my opinion, when it comes to that. But let's move on to rumors and news, man. Rumors and news out there. Couple rumors. So let's talk about it.
Man, first, you know, before we forget, you know, I was gonna tell, you know, play it at the end.
What?
Man, let's, you know, give him the proper respect as he's, you know, out the company, got out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring a legend. I give you a tribute to John Laurinaitis.
You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah!
My name is John Laurinaitis. I am.
Too long, man. Johnny Ace is no longer with the company. It was a matter of time till that happened, but it was kind of like a silent, you know, departure, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was silent. I mean, not something they wanted to just, you know, I guess make loud. But of course, you know, the dirt sheet's gonna find out about it. You know, the ears gonna be glued to the ground. People gonna have their ears to the street, so they definitely gonna be looking to find out what's going on. But yeah, you know, they cleaning up the well. They draining the swamp as they, you know, say. You know, first Vince, now Laurinaitis. I think Bruce Pritchard may be next. I'm not sure. You know, Kevin Dunn may be next. I don't know. I mean, like Triple H really cleaning house. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, listen, either you gonna get down or lay down. That's basically what it is with Triple H saying it. You either gonna get down or lay down. If you're still on that old regime, and you still trying to run things how you used to be ran, yeah, you lay down, you get down or lay down.
Yeah, to me that Kevin Dunn and other like would depend on what transpired from 45, all this FBI investigation, because that's their people's. You know what I mean? These are the So to me, something pops up with dude. There's a pretty possibility that Kevin Dunn might be at the company.
I don't know, man. This is mad crazy. I mean, you know, rumors and news. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, you know, everybody knows Trump got raided out there in Palm Beach, Mar-a-Lago. You know, apparently having like lunch codes or something like that. I ain't gonna get into it. But also, they found money, an extra $5 million, bringing the total to $19 million of the money that he's paid out to these women
Let's talk, and we're talking about Vince, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's clarify. We talking about Vince McMahon. Now they found this extra $5 million, another 5, which brings the total to 19 million. Which only tells me one thing, bro. That bastard storyline, that bastard son storyline. I don't think that's a storyline, bro. I think some truth to that because for 19 million, this got to be child support or something, bro. This gotta be an extra 5, like, bro. That sound like child support to me.
No, it's just the timing. You know, you look at the time when everything transpired. Then when you start having changing of names and all that stuff, because just to recreate revenue. And hello, all this money that he used, okay, from his own pocket. So of course he got to make it somehow, right? So let me give other trademark out here, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad because, like the story about Vince, that could have been told in a way regardless, but you can't skip this, you know what I mean? This is pretty much how it ends. This is where the train stops, you know what I mean?
Only thing I know is if it's up, then it's stuck. Vince McMahon once said, quoting a line from G-Eazy, "Fuck with me and get this money." Basically, that's what's been going on. Everyone's been getting this money off of him, and it's sad. It's sad that that it happened like this. But hey, somebody got to be the fall guy. I mean, at the end of the day, you did it to yourself, bruh. You did it to yourself. So we got that in Rumors and News. Also in Rumors and News, man, we also got Sasha Banks and Naomi, right? So Sasha Banks and Naomi was a part of the what was it? The not Comic-Con, but Quest something. I forgot the name of it. All these names, so much stuff to remember. But they were there. Star Wars was there. Like the whole 9 yards was there. Anyway, let's get to it. People paid for the packages to take pictures with Sasha and Naomi. And some of them did it as a duo. Some of them did it separate. There's a lot of differences you notice from these pictures. With Sasha Banks' pictures, they seem a little bit, distanced out, a little bit far away. She may be right here. Other person way on the other side of the building. People are in an uproar. Oh, that's messed up. People saying that, well, she was doing it for a couple of reasons, but you look at Naomi, who's taking, more, I guess, candid pictures of women's fans, not a lot of distance, and this is the person that you roll with. So, if anything, there is any trace of COVID, I mean, both of y'all been hired these meeting groups. I mean, you'll probably get it from them. Regardless, needless to say, people are upset about that, about her pushing, not so much pushing, but having the distant pictures. Here's my take on it. I'll let y'all speak on it. First of all, 90% of y'all be too musty in the first place. All right, you be stank, and you want to be all up on somebody, all clothes up on them, and take these prom pictures and everything like that. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, they don't have to necessarily take prom pictures with you just because you paid for a meet and greet. Like, this ain't Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sasha Banks ain't about to let you pose up with her like y'all booed up. Like, that's not gonna happen. Chris Brown will do it for you, but not Sasha Banks. Okay, and things like that. But I personally, I don't see the issue with it. I mean, you get what you pay for. I mean, if you were far away inside that picture, then yeah, you probably was musty. Or she wanted to, prevent COVID and monkeypox. I'm going to go with the lighter of the options. I'm going to say that you would probably musty. What do you think about that, LG, as far as the distance? Because the distance was pretty far up, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The photographer could have something that'll crop it, you know what I mean? Take that space. It's white, just put it together, you feel me? We saw our boy Just, you know what I mean? He put himself in there. You know what I mean? Just gotta put yourself in there, But yeah, it was too much. But the optical, once you see, it's like, damn, you pay what, $130 for that? But you can't complain, or if that person, that's what they into. You know, they're willing to pay that much money to be taking a picture with a
No,
celebrity.
not at all. No, you can't.
Yeah,
But at the same time, bro. At the same time, I could have walked by with my phone in my hand and took a selfie without you looking and been closer to you than the distance in the picture. What I'm saying is, I could have paid. I mean, I could have kept my money. I ain't $130 to be that far away in the picture.
I
Like
think that's not you. You know what I mean? You're not into that type of stuff. You know, you take pictures and stuff, but do you really? You know what I mean? Like that's on the person. Then again, what they were told in advance, that's the way it's gonna be. That's different. You know what I mean? They didn't tell you then what you was expecting. It's like, yo, you know what I mean? But then again, who complained? Was it people that were taking the picture, or was people that saw them on social media were the ones complaining?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just like saying a quote from MVP. You know what I mean? Said the most that hate pro wrestling are pro wrestling fans. You know what I mean? They're the ones that hate her the most.
So true. So true. Let's move on to.
I mean, to be honest though, I think you were right though. I mean, I'm guessing it's the musty part, but I think they're kind of doing what Cheech says not to do with the PSA. I think people are watching from ass to face, and that's why they don't want to be around all that shit.
That could be it. I think so. I think people are literally watching it.
They're switching around, man. They got to pay attention to the end of the show because it's very important that you pay attention to that PSA. Can't mix it up.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But also, rumors of news, just to go ahead and wrap this up. Last rumor of the night, of course, or should I say news? We had, of course, The Rock. He was getting interviewed, and they asked him if you could be any celebrity's pet, who would you be?
Okay. Something that sort of came.
What celebrity would you want to be a pet to?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, that's a good one. Why Megan Thee Stallion?
Well, we don't have to talk about that. Okay? Denzel. I'll be a pet to Denzel. You just told me a different answer back Well, that's not what I wanted to say. I can't.
So, of course, Megan Thee Stallion, man, kind of, went on Twitter and, responded back to it like, listen, all our pets are named after numbers, teach your wife how to cook or whatever, or put season on, whatever. So they interviewed Megan Thee Stallion the other day. Her response to it.
Something that sort of came at you the other day, and I don't know if you've seen this yet, but DC League of Super Pets is coming out with The Rock and Kevin Hart. Did you see what The Rock said about you? Hold on, let's if you want to throw your head, grab the head.
Just put it around you.
You don't have to put
we
it on
don't mess
your
up your
head.
perfect bun.
Yeah, your hair is amazing.
All right, listen to this. Do we turn that up over there?
Go ahead.
What celebrity would you want to be a pet to?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, that's a good one. Why Megan Thee Stallion?
Well, we don't have to talk about that.
The Rock would like to be your pet.
Yes.
I mean, let's talk about
that's
this.
kind of like legendary. Like, I'm
Right.
kind of epic. I feel like I used to watch wrestling all the time.
Yeah.
And like being from Houston and like watching The Rock and like how famous he is and like how much of a megastar he is and he want to be my pet. Like, period. Like, we made it. We might be a little famous.
So, with that being said, man, look, this is big, man. Making this sound in The Rock. I don't know. Maybe we work out an angle where we have Megan Thee Stallion show up at WrestleMania LA. Speaking of LA, last few things. Of course, we had the big party that went down in LA, and everyone's been talking about Becky Lynch. Hello, bro. Play it one more time. That's exactly how
that hip trust. That's not Seth Rollins.
She tried.
No, damn that. It was the crip walk for me with her, Sasha, and her, Bianca, and Snoop out there crip walking. I was like, let me find out that Becky really a crip out here in these streets, man. Like, don't get me wrong. She said she was a man, but she may be that man, dog. Like, but it was definitely nice seeing that, man. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm getting a little restless. I think it's about that time, bro. What you think?
Yeah.
Not real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Yo, we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, watching, per usual, like y'all usually do. Of course, we're gonna leave y'all with the PSAs as we usually do. But before we get to those PSAs, damn, I'm sorry, I have to make this big announcement. I cannot forget it before I do it. Look, we got a big show coming up in conjunction, of course, with Ohio Wrestling Alliance. We have Good Trouble 4 coming up, and I could not be remiss without ending the show without talking about this real quick. Some of the talent that we got announced. We got Trey Lamar. We also have JDX, a part of Good Trouble 4. We found out that we got O'Shea Edwards also being a part of it. Ashton Starr, a part of it as well. More names to be announced. Of course, moving on, we found out about the ladder match that we got going on for Good Trouble 4. We found out that Trey Lamar was one of the contestants, but we ended up finding out this. O'Shea Edwards is a part of this ladder match too. More big news, more big things happening with OWA coming up with the new stage of attention to Twitter. Follow their Twitter and IG. Big announcement coming up. A real huge match coming up. I can't give away nothing. Only thing I can tell y'all to do is stay tuned. But back to this PSA, as we usually tell y'all, listen, too much negativity out there can have you unbalanced mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Listen, spread more positive vibes, right? It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. Think about the logic inside that message. It could be easy as, I don't know, giving someone a compliment, doing a nice gesture, opening the door for somebody. Or you go to whatamaneuver.net, you want to get that, merchandise, go get that tank top, that hoodie, that baby onesie, that sweater, whatever you need. You can get that for somebody. You got to get it for you. Get it as a gift for somebody. Maybe they can look down at that T-shirt, that tank top or what have you, and realize that maybe it's not as bad as it seems. Maybe the women's bathroom has soap, toilet paper. Maybe McDonald's fries are actually hot when they actually come into your car. Maybe Chipotle actually cooked their meat all the way through. Like maybe the ice cream machine is working at McDonald's. A lot of positive things out there. All I'm saying is spread more positive vibes. And also, listen, COVID is here. Monkeypox is there. Okay? It's on the rise, man. Look, we've been telling y'all the same thing for the past 2 years. It's very easy. If you want to combat any type of virus that is out there, it starts off with good hygiene, people. Okay? Hygiene is key essential, all right? The first thing we're going to need y'all to do is very simple. We're going to need you to wash your hands. But most importantly, we need you to wash your ass, okay? Tell these people what they got to use, Mr. Casanova.
Use soap and plenty of it.
El Cheech, let the people know how they got to do this.
Yo, remember, it's from face to ass. We've been saying it for years. From face to ass, not ass to face.
Okay? Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Use soap from face to ass, not ass to face. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. What are those young kids say today? What is it? Peace? Peace.
Peace.
Peace, man.
Shout out to GG for the win.